What's up, guys? Coming to you today with a full slate of NBA action here on Tuesday, December 2nd. I'll give you my favorite picks on the side and over-under on each game, and look at some player props, and I'll give you my favorite underdog pick of the day and my massive lock. So slam that like button and subscribe to the channel to make sure you keep seeing these videos every single day, and let us know what you're thinking in the comments. I personally read and answer every comment I get. Check the pinned comment throughout the day to see our favorite picks, and you should definitely check back a couple of times throughout the day to see if there are any changes with injury news coming out and starters being confirmed. Yesterday, guys, looking like a tough one there on the Monday Night Football side. We were on the under in that game, and that looks like it's probably not coming through unless we see 0 more points scored in that game. So that's not looking great as of 10:52 left in the fourth quarter. Tyrone Tracy is getting pretty close to his yards. We need 11 more rushing yards from him here. So hopefully the Giants get the ball and run it a little bit, although that seems a little bit unlikely in this spot. So not looking like a monster performance from us there on Monday Night Football. Also, NBA going really weird out there on Monday. The Bucks minus 9.5, despite Kevin Porter Jr. and Giannis combining for 56 points. The Bucks take the 126-129 straight up loss against the Wizards in a game where they were incapable of stopping anyone in the Wizards, especially Bagley and CJ McCollum, but they got especially burnt by the Wizards bench. Might be time for Giannis to think about putting in that trade request that's been talked about. We do have the Jazz plus 12.5. They're looking very good, leading the Rockets here, headed well into the second half of that game. So the Jazz could be in good shape there at plus 12.5. We might need them real bad because the Pacers didn't show up for us at all. They came out absolutely flat in their game with the exception of Siakam and Nembhard, and the bench just couldn't make it, not enough to have a chance. Cleveland got a monster game for Donovan Mitchell and a 27-point game there from Jalen Tyson. Yeah, the Pacers as our, plus 5.5 dog of the day, not really having a good time. And the Pistons, this was probably one of the more shocking games I've seen in the NBA this year. We had Detroit at minus 9 as our massive lock of the day, and it was a terrible night for them. They do manage to win this game 99-98 in a rock fight. Tobias Harris, Jenkins, both terrible. Cade didn't do much against a Hawks team that played an insane double overtime game yesterday and showed up big in the second half of a back-to-back. Did not really see that coming. Thought they would fold up and not really put up too big of a effort, but they really played well in that game. So looking like a pretty brutal day across the board for us. Once again, looks like things might go a little bit better there on the premium side. College basketball potential to have a 3-0 day with a couple big double-digit underdogs coming through as straight up winners for us. So that could be nice. We'll see how everything else works out, but we're going to go ahead and dive in now. We've got a decent little, basketball slate here to cover on Tuesday. So let's go ahead and get after it. First up, we're going to be the Washington Wizards as they go on the road to take on the Philadelphia 76ers. Washington comes into this game. They will be playing on no rest, but hey, fresh off a win, so they'll definitely take it, getting that 129-126 win there over the Bucks. They're 3-16 on the season though, so they're not exactly finding wins left and right. In that game, big performances from guys like CJ McCollum and Marvin Bagley. He actually played really well, 11 of 16 from the field, 9 boards, 1 assist. A very good game from him. CJ McCollum doing a pretty decent job of auditioning for other teams. We'll see, how much they can actually get out of him. His contract isn't maybe the most appealing, but he's at least still playing well right now. And the bench looked great. Champagnie played really well off the bench. Cam Whitmore played well off the bench. This team has some decent pieces coming off the pine, but really not a team that, is headed anywhere important this season. It was interesting to see not a whole lot of free throws being shot in this game either. The Wizards win 13 of 36 from the three-point line. That was enough to get them over the top. Despite the Bucks shooting a staggering 55% from long range, they still find a way to win this game, lose this game by 3. So yeah, pretty bleak days right now for the Bucks. The Wizards, they come into this one, not a super updated injury report. We did see Trey Johnson, Corey Kispert, and Sarr all miss this game. There's a decent chance that we'll see some of these guys come back, but Sarr apparently won't play in this one on Tuesday. So no Sarr, potentially going to be missing these other guys. So it could be a pretty tired Wizards team, and that's kind of what we're projecting here given what the line is looking like. They're taking on the Philadelphia 76ers, who had 10-9 on the season. They're not really killing it. They did get off to a very hot start. It's cooled off a bit recently, losing 3 out of their last 4. They lost 142-134 their last time out against the Hawks. They were on the wrong end of that double overtime game that we thought would leave the Hawks so exhausted, but apparently did not. In that loss, Paul George played 28 minutes, 6 of 17 from the field, 2 of 8 from 3. He was a +1, so I guess we got to give him some credit there. Embiid played 30 minutes in the game, way more than I would have thought he would play. Put up only 18 points on 6 of 14 from the field, 6 of 8 from the free throw line. Maxey is clearly the best player on this team. He played 52 minutes in that game. Crazy. Had 44 points, 14 of 31 from the field, only 2 of 13 from 3, but made 14 out of his 17 free throws. Seems like he's going to be a beneficiary of that insane NBA whistle that exists this season. So we'll see. Grimes playing really well at the bench, too, played 47 minutes. So even with time off, this could be a very exhausted Philadelphia 76ers team for this game. We'll have to wait and see who's actually available. Oubre still missing time here. He's been a big piece, and him being out has not been great. There's a chance he can come back in the not too distant future, but we'll very much have to wait and see on that. Quentin Grimes, Paul George, Joel Embiid, all on the injury report as well. So we'll be taking a glance at those. And Paul George, he's questionable due to low back tightness and left knee injury management. We'll see if he plays in this game. Joel Embiid, with his knee issue, won't play for sure. He is out. And Quentin Grimes, he's probable. Sounds like he's going to play through right calf soreness. That seems like a bit of a sketchy thing to do, but we'll see. Right now, things are looking like seems like they think a lot of these guys are going to play for the 76ers, and the Wizards might not be in the same boat because the 76ers are 13.5 point favorites at home, a total of 237.5. Washington, 4-7 against the spread on the road this year. They're 1-1 against the spread on no rest this season. They are 11-7 to the over this year. So a pretty decent over team. We'll see if that comes into play in this one. Washington is also 0-2 against the spread this season, coming off of a loss. The 76ers are 5-6 against the spread at home, 11-8 to the over themselves. So I definitely want to look at over 237.5 in this game. The odds makers seem to think there's going to be a ton of points scored in this one, and the trends point to that as well. So I do think we could see a total here, get well over 240. So I don't think the over is live, and we have to consider the 76ers since the Wizards are so bad this year coming off of a win. Next up, guys, we have the Portland Trailblazers going on the road to take on the Toronto Raptors. The Trailblazers are 8-12 in the season, losers of 3 out of their last 4. They just lost 123-115 against the Thunder in a game that was pretty competitive. Got to give Portland credit. I mean, they were at home and everything for this game, but still found a way to make it pretty competitive. Jeremy Grant, 18 points, 19 from Kamara, a decent day out there from Denny Adjeva as usual. He did shoot 23 free throws in this game, but ended up with 31 points, 12 points off the bench from Caleb Love. Nobody really going too nuts off the bench. Shadion Sharp, 22 minutes, only 7 points. Definitely a down night from him. So we'll see if they can play a little bit better here. Obviously, the Thunder, as tough of an opponent as you can come up against, and they do have to go on the road in this one. So we'll see how things go. There, obviously, health has been a big problem for the Blazers here down the stretch, and they come into this game with kind of the usual suspects. Jrue Holiday still on the injury report. He will be reevaluated here in another probably 4 or 5 days, so he definitely won't play in this game, but could be back in the not super distant future. Donovan Clingan also on the injury report. He's dealing with an illness. He's questionable for this game, but I do think we see this young 21-year-old probably end up suiting up out there for this, and we'll have to wait and see on that, though. Definitely not confirmed that he will play one way or the other. Now, the Raptors, they come into this game 14-7 on the year, but losers of 2 in a row, falling in Charlotte and then at Madison Square Garden, losing 116-94 there against the Knicks. Not a great showing in that game from the Raptors, obviously. I mean, maybe they did a few things well, but didn't love it overall. A down shooting night for sure from Brandon Ingram. That's going to be a big problem. Anytime he's off, this team is going to struggle a little bit offensively. Scotty Barnes was okay, but definitely not great. I mean, quickly, 19 points, 7 of 14 from the field. Not a bad day for him. 8 assists and 2 turnovers. He actually played really, really well. We liked what we saw from Colin Murray-Bowles coming off the bench. 22 minutes, 11 points from him, but nobody going particularly nuts. Not a great day. Not a great day out there. Obviously, they were a little bit banged up for this game as well, and they really just didn't have a whole lot of answers out there for the Knicks. Couldn't slow down guys like Josh Hart. Couldn't slow down Cat. That's been a problem for everybody this year, but just not a great day out there for the Raptors. So we'll see what they can do. See if they get a bounce back in the works here. They are going to be playing at home, which is historically very, very helpful for Toronto, and they're very healthy coming into this game, with the only exception there being R.J. Barrett. The MRI on his right knee revealed no structural damage. He's been diagnosed with a sprain. He's going to be reevaluated here in another day or two. So we'll see when he is able to come back, but it will not be for this game. So looking at the numbers, guys, the Raptors -5.5 or -5. We've got a total of 231.5. Portland's 4-7 against the spread on the road, 13-7 to the over. Toronto's 4-5 against the spread at home, 13-8 to the under. Guys, I do like the Raptors here at -5 quite a bit. I think they've got an excellent chance in this game. I'm not liking what I'm seeing from Portland right now. Jrue Holiday being out is definitely a massive negative for this team. So I do think Toronto -5 has a very solid shot in this game. No real lean here on the total, but I do have a couple player props that I think are very, very solid. And first up, I'll take Jakob Poeltl over 8.5 rebounds here at -150. He's been over this number in 8 of his last 10 games, going against a Blazers team that isn't necessarily at full strength. I think he gets enough chances on the glass to get well over this number, especially if we see Klingon end up sitting this one out here for the Trailblazers. Now, I also like Brandon Ingram under 29.5 points plus assists at -125. He's been under this number in 4 of his last 5 games. I actually think RJ Barrett being out hurts him more than it helps him. At least that's what it appears. Going up against a Blazer team that does play kind of hard these days, I'm expecting him to have a slightly harder time and to come up under this number, despite the fact I do still think that we're going to see the Toronto Raptors win this game by 5 or more points. Hey guys, hopping here with a quick shout out to the sponsor of today and every day's video, and that is StumpTheSpread.com. Click the link in the description to go over there and see the top confidence picks from our entire team of experienced cappers. Right now, our premium members are getting daily NBA, NHL, UFC, NFL, college football, and college basketball picks. We're coming off what looks to be a very solid night on the college basketball side there on Monday. Could be a potential 3-0 night, although we're not loving what we're seeing from Portland so far in the first half, but they're getting 18 points, so you always are live there. It could be a nice little backdoor cover if they could play a little bit respectably there in Stanford in the second half, but we'll see how that goes. Overall, does look like it's going to be a fairly solid night there across the board on the premium side, coming off a massive winning day there on Sunday as well, so lots of good news there on the premium side, and maybe the best possible news right now is that you can get premium picks at a massive Black Friday / Cyber Monday discount. I think we're going to be running that sale through Tuesday. I think today is the last day, if I remember correctly. You could check your email if you're on the email list. They'll tell you for sure in there, but I do feel like you're running out of time there to either extend your current membership at that drastically discounted price or to hop on board as a new member at that drastically discounted Black Friday price. It's one of the best times of the year to get on board, guys. There's so many sports going on. You're getting a massive bang for your buck. And, if you sign up for a premium membership now, you're getting a ton of different sports. You sign up during baseball season, you're getting 1, maybe 2 sports, counting UFC. But it can be a great value getting all these picks this time of the year, and you're getting them at the cheapest price you're going to get all year. So definitely want to get over there to StumpTheSpread.com and check that out. Also get over to StumpTheSpread.com and get in on that, all the free stuff over there, guys. There's free picks posted every single day under the free picks tab. There's our free to use bet size calculator, and you also want to make sure you're not missing out on that email list, guys. The free email list is a fantastic resource. You'll get 1 email straight to your inbox every single day. It'll have at least 1, oftentimes 2, 3, 4 free picks in it. Tons of big write-ups, especially on NFL weekends, covering all the games, covering lots and lots of touchdown props in there. A very good resource there. Cached a ton of touchdown props on that email list. They've been on the screen here the whole time I've been talking about the email list. So you definitely want to get in on those, guys. It's a fantastic resource. It's absolutely free, and it's very easy to sign up. All you have to do is click the link in the description to go to StumpTheSpread.com or type StumpTheSpread.com into your browser of choice. Click that little green login button at the top right-hand corner of your screen, and that will prompt you to set up a free account. They're going to ask you for your name and your email address. That is it. You get 1 email straight to your inbox every single day with all that great information. So you definitely don't want to miss out on that if you are a serious sports bettor. Also, if you're a huge fan of what you're seeing from us here every single day, you can click that little join button right below the video to sign up for a YouTube channel membership. YouTube channel members get early access to all of our videos, get their name up on screen in every single video, but maybe most importantly, get access to our members only giveaways. We do a members only giveaway here every single Monday. We give away a Stump the Spread hoodie for the name of every single YouTube channel member on a big wheel. We spin that wheel live on the video, and whoever it lands on gets a Stump the Spread hoodie mailed straight to their address of choice. Love doing those giveaways every week, guys. Hopefully here around Christmas, I can get a little bit of time here and set up some more giveaway things for you guys around the Christmas season. But I also have huge news very soon, within the next couple of days, live on the mobile site for StumpTheSpread.com. You will be able to purchase for the first time ever, Stump the Spread hoodies. So definitely get over there on the mobile site using your phone. Click the link in the description, get to StumpTheSpread.com, and as soon as that store is open, if you're interested in buying a Stump the Spread hoodie, we'll be able to make that dream a reality for you in just a couple of clicks. And it's pretty quick to get to you. The longest it could possibly take is 2 weeks. The quickest it could be is like 5, 6, maybe 7 days, depending on weekends and stuff like that. So certainly want to get in on that if you guys are interested. But we're going to dive back in. Got several more games to cover here on a decent little, albeit kind of short NBA slate. And next up, we're going to be looking at our first primetime game of the day. We've got the New York Knicks going on the road to taking the Boston Celtics. The Knicks come into this game looking pretty good this season. They're 13-6 overall. They're winners of their last 4 in a row. They just knocked off the Raptors by 20 there in Madison Square Garden, so well played in that one by the Knicks. We liked what we saw in general. Karl-Anthony Towns, very efficient, 22 points, 8 of 15 from the field, 5 of 7 from the free throw line. He was only a +3. The big plus-minus winners in this game were Josh Hart, who put up 20 very efficient points, 4 of 7 from distance for Josh Hart. a monster shooting performance from him. Mikal Bridges also had a very solid night. He was a plus 17 at 14 points, but Jalen Brunson, 18 points, only 1 of 6 from 3, but 5 of 5 from the free throw line. He was a plus 25 out there. The bench looked okay. We liked what we saw from Jordan Clarkson coming off the bench, but nobody else really looked amazing. Although, despite only scoring 2 points in his 17 minutes, Mitchell Robinson was a plus 17 and had 15 rebounds. Crazy work there for Mitchell Robinson. The Knicks in general had to feel pretty good about the way the season's going. They haven't even been at full strength here for a bit, and they won't officially be at full strength for this one. OG Anunoby still dealing with that, hamstring injury. There's no timetable for his return to action. Really, a hamstring at this point in the season, it's going to be a long time till they can get him back to 100%. But they're playing well without him. It hasn't been a huge problem. We'll see what they can do in this one. They are going on the road here to take on the Celtics, who have been pretty good recently. They've won 3 out of the last 4. They just knocked off the Cavaliers in a set 117-115 win there in Cleveland. Now they're back home for this game. I would say they've got to feel pretty great about what they're getting from Peyton Pritchard. That was a crazy night. He put up 42 points, 15 of 22 from the field, 6 of 11 from 3, made all 6 of his free throws. He was a plus 10. We also liked what we saw out there from Jaylen Brown, who was actually fine with taking the back seat and had a pretty bad shooting night. Only made 3 out of his 13 shots. Shot 16 free throws in the game, though. The free throw thing is kind of becoming a problem in the NBA, but we'll maybe talk about that some other time. But the Celtics not really playing the way that I thought they would. I thought they'd be a run and gun team this year. I thought they'd shoot a million threes, and that just really hasn't been the case. Playing at a little bit slower of a pace and playing well, getting great production off the bench from Anthony Simons. He had 18 points in 17 minutes in that game. Overall, the Celtics looking like a pretty dangerous team, and they did a good job defensively as well, really slowing down Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland in that game and making DeAndre Hunter have a bad one. So overall, the Celtics looking like a dangerous squad right now. So we'll see what they can do in this one. They're relatively healthy-ish. I mean, Derek White, he's dealing with a calf issue, but he's probable for this game. So overall, I do think they're in relatively good shape for this game, and they're playing at home, and they're playing in prime time. So I'm not too shocked to see this be a very close number. The Celtics are getting 1.5 points at home. We've got a total of 229.5 in this game. The Knicks, they're only 2-6 against the spread on the road this season. They're 10-9 to the over. Boston, 5-5 against the spread at home, 12-8 to the under. My big question in this game is, will the Celtics be able to guard Karl-Anthony Towns? I think they'll be able to find a way to slow him down, at least somewhat enough to keep themselves in this game. They can play, a solid enough brand of defense, and they can score enough on the Knicks that I will be taking the Celtics here at home, getting 1.5 points. It's a relatively short slate, so there are going to have to be some, tough decisions made, but I do think getting 1.5 points here, we may just take the Celtics on the money line potentially as our dog of the day, but Boston, definitely a play that's going to probably make the pinned comment. Next up, guys, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves going on the road to take on the New Orleans Pelicans. The Timberwolves are 12-8 on the season, not exactly having the year of their dreams, but they have won 2 in a row. A nice 119-115 win over the Celtics, and then they took on the Spurs, won that game 125-112. They do have to go on the road for this one, and road trips have not necessarily been that kind to the Timberwolves this season, but we'll see what they can do on the road in this one. In that win over the Spurs, we liked what we saw from Julius Randle. A nice bounce back, 22 points from him. He was a plus 30. Anthony Edwards, 13 of 18, 4 of 6 from 3. Seemed like he found his shot again. He played well in his 36 minutes. Naz Reid, 15 points coming off the bench in 30 minutes. The bench for this team, though, continues to be very underwhelming for me. They shot 46% from 3 in this game, and that's why they won it relatively comfortably. But when you shoot the lights out from 3 and you only win by 13 points, and you're playing at home, I have some question marks. And a lot of those question marks revolve around the bench, and maybe they're not so great perimeter defense. I mean, they gave 25 very efficient points to De'Aaron Fox in that game. Couldn't stop Devin Vassell either. So, yeah, Keldon Johnson went off for a 22 piece against them. Dylan Harper had a big game. I'm not super sold on this Minnesota Timberwolves team right now. We'll see what they can do. They do come into this game very, very healthy and ready to go, so that is a step in the right direction. But how good are the Timberwolves here actually? We'll have to wait and see. They're going on the road to take on the Pelicans, who have lost 3 in a row, but they played a competitive enough game against the Lakers to get us the cover, played a competitive game against the short-handed Warriors, and played a 5-point game against the Grizzlies. So they've been playing hard. They haven't really been getting the results they would want, but we are liking what we're seeing. We're actually seeing Zion play a decent amount. We'll be looking at the injury report to see if he'll play in this one, because he did not play against the Lakers, but we're liking what we're seeing from Queen. He's playing well. Sadiq Bey is putting up solid numbers. Bryce McGowan once 23 points there in the last game. Jeremiah Fears has also played really well, and they've got some high effort guys coming off the bench. Jose Alvarado playing well. So they shot 50% from three in that loss. When you shoot 50% from three, you usually want to win those games. So we'll see what the Pelicans can do in this one. Their injury report is looking kind of the way you expect it to. Now, Zion, no reports that he won't play in this game. Seems like he will be available. Herbert Jones, dealing with a calf issue, will not be playing in this game. That's a big deal. Trey Murphy, he is dealing with an elbow issue. He's questionable. I think the odds are that he probably plays, although the last time he played was against Memphis. So we'll see. That could be a little bit up in the air. Other than that, Jordan Poole not back yet or anything like that. So we'll see who the Pelicans actually have available. Kind of a lot of numbers out there for this one. The Pelicans are getting 9.5 or 8.5 points in this game, a total of 231.5. Minnesota is only 4-6 against the spread on the road. They are a 500 over/under team. New Orleans 5-5-1 against the spread at home. They are 12-9 to the over. I have a hard time with this one a little bit. I think we need to take the Pelicans here, getting 9.5 points at home, just based on the way the Timberwolves have played. But I don't know how well Zion's going to do in this game. Like, you drive into the paint there against the Timberwolves, and Rudy Gobert is right there to greet you. So that could make life a little bit tough for Zion. Not like you can't just move him around, but are the Timberwolves really going to win this game by double digits? I mean, maybe. Let's see. Let's double check who the Timberwolves have on deck for this game, because maybe we could catch them in a little bit of a look-ahead spot. That would at least help slightly. But yeah, they're playing a two-game set there against the Pelicans. So actually, I think I will take the Timberwolves here at -8.5, that they'll win the first game of this two-game set and then maybe not have a great time in the second game. But overall, I'm not showing a ton of value on this game. Rounding into the home stretch here, guys, we're looking at the Memphis Grizzlies going on the road to take on the San Antonio Spurs. The Grizzlies are 9-12 on the season. They've actually won 5 out of their last 6 games, which is kind of wild. Their best win in that stretch, though, is probably taking down the Clippers, who have been terrible, so let's not overreact too much to what this particular team is doing. It's been a pretty bleak season. In that 115-107 win there over the Kings, we did like what we saw. I mean, Zach Edey, 16 of 20 from the field for 32 points. Looked pretty unstoppable out there, honestly. Nobody on the Kings really, able to do anything to slow him down. Jaren Jackson Jr. not having a great game, obviously, but he's been having a down season in general. The bench looked good. Cam Spencer continuing to put up good scoring off the bench. We also we saw from KCP off the bench. And as a team, they won this game and shot 38% from three. They did a good job of dominating the boards in this one. Let's keep in mind it was against the Kings, but still, very, very solid stuff there for the Memphis Grizzlies. So we'll see if they can back that up with a good performance here against a solid Spurs team. Although, Memphis hasn't been having the best time this season. Ja remains on the injury report, and he, is going to be reevaluated here Tuesday after the game, so he won't be playing in this one. Other than that, they're relatively healthy. Jock Landale, he's on the injury report as well. He's questionable due to left ankle soreness. I have a feeling that he'll probably end up playing in this game. We'll have to wait and see. They're taking on the Spurs, who are 13-6 on the season, not having a massive fall off with Wemby going down. They won 2 out of their last 3. They did lose 125-112 against the hot shooting Timberwolves, but they did a really good job of scoring the ball there on the perimeter. I liked a lot of what we saw from San Antonio in that game, despite the fact it was a loss. Very good stuff out there from De'Aaron Fox. He continues to put up good numbers and play well. Devin Vassell playing well. We liked what we saw from Keldon Johnson coming off the bench. This team has a lot of guys they can use, and Dylan Harper being good off the bench is a huge deal. 17 points, 8 of 12 from the field. His future is looking very, very bright there in San Antonio. So we'll see what they can do here playing at home. Obviously, going to be a while still until we see Wemby coming back, but that'll be a huge deal when he eventually does. No timetable still for his return. Stephon Castle missing time also doesn't help. Due to that hip issue, he officially will not play in this game. But other than that, they're healthy. The bench unit is ready to go. And the Spurs, they're -5.5 or -5 in this game. We've got a total of 231.5. Memphis, 5-6 against the spread on the road, 14-7 to the under. The Spurs are 6-3-1 against the spread at home. They are 10-9 to the over. Guys, I'm going to be leaning towards the Spurs here at -5 pretty aggressively. This could end up being our lock of the day, potentially. Maybe the Spurs on the money line or something like that. I think they're very, very live to just come with a pretty comfortable win here, especially playing at home in a bit of a bounce-back spot. I think this is a situation we're going to see San Antonio thrive, and I think we'll see big performances from guys like Fox, Harper, and Vassell once again. And Keldon Johnson coming off the bench is no joke. Last but not least, we're looking at the Oklahoma City Thunder going on the road to take on the Golden State Warriors in our final nationally televised game of the day. The Thunder come into this one 20-1 to start the season. Absolutely ridiculous the way they're, just running over the NBA. They got the 123-115 win there in Portland their last time out, so well played there. SGA did what SGA normally does, put up only 26 points in this game in his 36 minutes, so not an amazing amazing performance, but Jalen Williams coming back, 16 points, 7 of 18 for him, playing pretty well, not amazing. I think he'll, be playing better and better as things go, as the season goes on. Chet Holmgren playing well. It was a little bit wild to see somebody shoot more free throws in a game by a large margin than SGA did. Denny Edgeva had an amazing whistle on that one, but yeah, Dort did what he was supposed to do. 15 points from Isaiah Joe off the bench. Mitchell playing really, really well off the bench, cashing a player prop for us in that game. I can't remember what his total was, but over 12.5 or 14, or I can't remember what it was. It was a lower number than that, because whatever it was a very, very easy cash for him. So we'll definitely take the win on that one. The Thunder, though, not covering a lot of huge numbers this season, I will say that, but obviously coming to this game playing well, but also not at full strength. Going to be missing some guys here. Hartenstein going to be out for quite a bit here. A right soleus strain going to be reevaluated here in a couple weeks, so he will definitely not be playing in this game. Dort also on the injury report. He's been ruled out due to a right abductor strain. And on top of that, we see Caruso on the injury report as well. He will not be playing this game either due to a quad issue. So not going to really be the full strength Thunder, but that hasn't been a problem for them. All season long, they've not been the full strength Thunder, and they just win night in and night out. So we'll see if they can make that happen in this one. They're going on the road to take on the Golden State Warriors, who are 11-10 on the season. They just got the 104-96 win there over the Pelicans. In a game where they did not have Steph Curry, we saw Jimmy Butler play well, put up 24 points. And this was the game the Pelicans had Zion, and Jimmy really did his thing. Led the way for this team with his 24 points. 15 there from Podziemski. Not a great shooting night from him. Moses Moody, 11. Not a great shooting night for him. Gary Payton coming off the bench. Played really, really well. He was 9 of 14 from the field. Kuminga, 19 minutes, 10 points there. They need Kuminga here in a massive, massive way. Make him the focal point. I don't care. You got to figure out a way to get the best out of this guy if you, A, want to win games right now, and B, if you want to up his trade value, because you've done so many things to undercut his trade value in his young career. So the Warriors do get the win in that one. They desperately, desperately needed it. The big, problem confronting the Warriors right now is health. And this is, a pretty predictable issue. Health for one of the oldest teams in the NBA. Curry going to be reevaluated in 3 or 4 more days, so he certainly won't be playing in this one. Jimmy Butler and Draymond are both on the injury report, along with Al Horford. Color me shocked that Al Horford, the 1,000-year-old man, is having injury problems. Jimmy Butler, questionable due to a left gluteal contusion. Draymond, he is probable due to a right foot sprain. I would not be shocked to see Draymond sit this game out. He generally doesn't like playing in basketball games where Steph Curry does not play, and I guess I can't blame him too much. Al Horford, dealing with his back issue, officially will not play in this game, and that's why we're seeing such a big spread here, is so many Warriors players are banged up for this one. So looking at the numbers, Golden State, they're getting 12.5 or 11.5 points. We've got a total of 221.5. The Thunder are 5-6 against the spread on the road this season. They're 11-10 to the over. The Warriors are 6-3 against the spread at home. They are 13-8 to the over. Guys, it's really tough to find a lot of value on this game. I will be leaning here just slightly towards the Warriors getting 12.5 points despite all these injuries, but you have to keep a close eye on the injury report. Like, this is a bet that I think is good if we see Jimmy Butler and Draymond both play, and then I think it's okay. If we don't see either one of them play, like, this thing could get wildly out of hand very, very quick. I do think the over 221.5 is reasonable in this game, because if they don't play, I think we're going to see the Thunder not take things very seriously and score a ton of points and give up a decent amount of points in this one. So this is a bit of a tough spot. I don't know if anything hardly from this game is going to make the pinned comment, just with so much up in the air for this one. There is a player prop that I think is reasonable in this game, but it might not be quite so good now because of these injury situations. So we just kind of have to wait and see. I was going to lean a bit towards Pods' under on assists, but if we see Draymond potentially sit this game out, then the ball's going to be in his hands so much that maybe he'll just get those assists by default. So we just kind of have to wait and see on this game to see if there's really enough value for us to get significantly involved in a day where, the picks seem to be a little bit few and far between. But we'll keep an eye on that pinned comment throughout the day. I could end up adding in some player props later during the day once we get some confirmation on all these games and all these weird injury situations. Guys, that's all the games we have here for today. Hit that like button for good luck on all of your bets, and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Let me know in the comments any questions you have on today's slate. I'm more than happy to get back to you. I appreciate everybody watching these videos. Make sure you're getting over there to stumpthespread.com by clicking the link in the description, or type in stumpthespread.com into your browser of choice and get in on that Black Friday pricing. It's the cheapest, best possible time to get in the action with so many different sports going on, and our cheapest prices that you're going to see all season long. So definitely get in on that over at stumpthespread.com. Get on that free email list, all that kind of stuff. Check out the hopefully live right now Stump the Spread store there. The only thing in the store is the Stump the Spread hoodie, but hopefully we'll have more stuff there in the coming weeks. We'll see if we can make that dream a reality. But definitely get in there, guys, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow, same time, same place, for more sports betting action.